Welcome back to part 2 of this video, where we figure out how well we would do in Madden, but this time, instead of looking at just the rookie season, we're going to see how we all do in our entire careers. Who's going to win a Super Bowl? Who's going to win an MVP? Who's going to the Hall of Fame? We're going to find out. In the AFC, the New York Jets took down the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Nate Johnson, in overtime to reach the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, they did not get to play Carson's Packers as they lost the Eagles in the NFC Championship game.
Tonight, we're set for what should be a great matchup.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
To remain a passer as long as possible, but once it became clear,
a gain of 3 brings up second down.
They'll throw out of the gun.
Smile London on the tackle.
He's got his man.
what we saw here, the pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers.
Goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about...
This was a very exciting year for the NFL playoffs. In the AFC Championship game, the Jets took down the Bills by a whopping 41-14 points. And in the NFC, the number 1 seed Packers, who were 16-1 in the regular season, go on to take down Jake Johnson's Falcons team. Now in the Super Bowl, we have Dylan's New York Jets versus Carson's Green Bay Packers.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. And down at the 28. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. You know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense,
they'll look to throw here on first down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to take 29. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to
7 at the 33-yard line.
Out to the flat.
4 makes it
from the midfield strike. They'll look to throw.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
4 yards.
They'll run with Holt. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown!
covered the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They go play action here on first down. Back to throw here.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. They'll set up to throw.
The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to say?
Back to throw. They'll look to throw here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they call
at the 2-yard line.
He'll look to throw. 49.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And could use a seventh here. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was a... They'll out incomplete. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl.
Finishing 9-8 in the regular season, Kevin Lick's Panthers teams goes ahead and wins back-to-back-to-back games to make it to the Super Bowl against the favored Cleveland Browns.
One last one on the NFL calendar, and it happens tonight as EA Sports welcomes you to the Super Bowl. One game remains to crown a champion. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Panthers now.
Week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the themes that legacies are built upon, he understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be...
Keep possession of the ball and have it first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw.
Down.
Throwing now from the gun.
No surprise, they're playing with the lead as a result.
So that challenge, a successful one. The 5-yard line. Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to keep. Off he goes.
And by Boye Mafe.
And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Panthers.
Quarterback is sacked.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Panthers have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Wow, you talk about...
Kevin Lick's Carolina Panthers team is back in the Super Bowl. On the way to get there, they had to take down the number 1 seed Falcons, led by quarterback Jake Johnson. On the AFC side, the Steelers had to go through and take down Nate Johnson's Chiefs team in the divisional round. Now in the Super Bowl, we have Alec Henriksen and the Steelers versus Kevin Lick and the Carolina Panthers.
NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Up next, one team's name will join NFL immortality at the end of tonight's battle. Tonight to start. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their QB. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. And in his 8th season. Second and goal. And it's cut in the end zone.
To number 20.
Third down from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he takes it in. The biggest game of the year.
Hey, listen, nobody said winning championships was easy. This is an early test of whether they've got the resiliency to win it all. And we know this.
Play action on first down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that
In the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Complete to number 83.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end.
This play right here is definitely the strangest of all the plays shown here. So in this one, there's a glitch. Right now, the Panthers, who are on offense, send out their defensive players to play offense, and the Steelers send their offensive players to play defense. If you look at the free safety, you'll see that Alec is playing free safety with his running back right beside him as if he was about to take a shotgun snap. Anyways, let's see what happens.
He's back to throw. They try to trick play, but it's blown up. That's going to be a sack. Great work by the defense. Now.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Escapes the pocket. Back now, pressure on its way. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. From the right hash, 52 yards out. Got all of it. Field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. They'll throw it again. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Here he is on 3rd and long. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a 4th quarter lead.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement whenever they take a deep shot. It's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and throw it here. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
And at the 16-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter.
A loss of 1. Brings up
To the air, 3rd and long.
In that tackle.
a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing off the play fake here.
Supposed to do there. There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react.
Back to throw it. He'll throw it. Hard line.
Taken.
The Carolina offense headed out now.
10.
They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Desperation time here. Escapes the pocket. First and 10.
And the Panthers, 1st down.
Here he is to throw. Setting up to pass. He'll look to throw it. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. One final shot here.
Can you believe it? Brent Solheid, now with the Los Angeles Rams, has made it all the way to the Super Bowl. And his opponent, one of the best teams in the league, the Buffalo Bills, led by Nick Brewer.
After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's gonna raise it. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And it's gonna be the man under center who brings him out. Now,
Complete to 0, Keon Coleman.
from the 46.
It's 3rd and 1.
For the Rams offense, getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And they'll have a veteran leading them.
Now, what an arduous fight across the entire NFC postseason to get to this moment. I think this is one of those moments.
And 6 at the 47.
From the 47. Finds him on the crossing route. So it's a home run that finishes their opening possession of this game, partner. Gets them on the scoreboard with 6.
And I think
Spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Setting up a throw. Has it in close. They've got a man in motion. 9-yard line.
Rams, first down.
They'll try and throw it here. From the 48. Throwing off the play fake here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art.
Pocket isn't holding up.
He is maximizing this opportunity.
Here he is on 3rd and long. A quick sound.
33.
And we heard from every team at the start of the season, Brock. They're the ones, these guys right here, who fought all the way.
Nick Brewer is back for his 3rd Super Bowl appearance. And in this game, Nick participates in the closest Super Bowl out of any of these matchups.
2nd and 3.
Second down at the 37-yard line.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Would have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Off balance.
This protection shored up, and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
He's going to air one out for Parker. That is run. A big play here in the big game.
First down.
Get in and out at the right call.
Throwing now from a 3rd down.
Yards to go.
First and 10. Taking off. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll throw out of the gun. This throw is complete. It's Heath.
Really before it ever got started.
Working his way out left. carrying that ball.
Call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
Here's a run. And overtime. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. This one is off. Here we go. One final play. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And the Bills have done it.
Atlanta Falcons quarterback Jake Johnson has led his team through the NFL playoffs on the NFC side with a matchup against AFC Championship Cleveland Browns. Let's see how Jake does. Kevin Lick, now on the Indianapolis Colts, has made it to his 3rd Super Bowl. We're in for a good one right here.
Of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. They go play action here on 1st down.
Right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up. They'll set up a throw.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
on 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Complete to number 87.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll look to throw. That's caught at the 25.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. Here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll They'll look to throw here. He's got room at the 30. In Indianapolis, the Colts are the Super Bowl champs.
Carson has spent his entire career with the Green Bay Packers. That is until this season. He has just switched over to the Steelers. In his very first season, he's made it to the Super Bowl. Let's see if he can get his first career Super Bowl win.
This one is for all the marbles. It's the AFC champion, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
Now this time they'll look to throw.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Right away they'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
The RPO, that one is complete.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line.
Forced out to his right. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
At the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. The Bucs have it.
It's a gain of 11.
He gets free. Past the 40. To the 20. And he returns this. It's the quarterback with the sneak. They'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Number 89.
Trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone.
And he's into the end zone yet again. A well-deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about it.
Jake Weinholzer's time in the NFL is short, but in his 3 seasons, he did come away with a Super Bowl ring, as he was the Super Bowl winner in the very first Super Bowl of this franchise with the Buffalo Bills as a backup to Nick Brewer. Michael hung around the league for a while, being on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster in the 2032 season. Despite the multiple years in the league, Michael recorded 0 passing attempts in his time in the NFL. The most interesting thing about Sam Lee's career is that in his first 5 seasons, he played for 5 different teams, before returning to the Cowboys for his 6th and last season in the NFL. Out of all the players, Brian had the shortest career out of anybody, with 2 seasons with the Jaguars practice squad. Jack Flatten spent a lot of time in the NFL, with multiple different teams. Unfortunately, though, Jack threw 0 pass attempts in his time in the NFL. Nate Howe had some early success in his career. In his 2nd and 3rd season, his team went 13-4, but both times he got bounced. Pretty sure it was to the Nate Johnson's Chiefs team. Throughout his career, Nate was pretty solid. In 2038, he had 41 touchdown passes, leading the league. In his career, Nate went 3-7 in the playoffs. He won 5 Pro Bowls. He was conference best quarterback 3 times, and he made it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Nick Olsen had a pretty solid career. After a rough rookie season, Nick Olsen got healthy, and in his 2nd year went on to go 13-4 in his team's best season as a starter. He played most of his career with the Buccaneers, and played pretty good, but ended up getting benched in 2036 when the new young quarterback they had surpassed Nick. In Nick's last season, he switched from the Buccaneers to the Jaguars, in which he had an amazing 5,000-yard passing season. In his career, Nick made it to 4 Pro Bowls. He was 2-5 in the playoffs, and somehow, not sure how, but that was enough for Nick to make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Is he a fraud? Absolutely. Jake Johnson went on to have a really good career with the Atlanta Falcons. In the 2031 season, he ended up leading the entire league with 46 touchdown passes. The height of Jake's career was the 2037 season when he brought his team to the Super Bowl and ended up winning that game. Interesting side note, in the 2039 season, Jake played for the Jaguars. While he was the starting quarterback, his team went 9-3, but when Jake was injured, the team went 0-5. In Jake's career, he went 9-8 in the playoffs, 1-0 in the Super Bowl. He was a Pro Bowler 5 times, and he made it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dylan had some spectacular playoff success early on. If you look at his career, in his first 4 seasons, twice he ended up winning the Super Bowl. With that second Super Bowl against a 16-1 Packers team led by Carson. In the regular season, Dylan had a 15-2 season in 2031. However, he did not end up making it to the Super Bowl that year. There was one season where Dylan threw 47 touchdowns, leading the league. For his career, Dylan went 11-5 in the playoffs, 2-0 in the Super Bowl. He made it to the Pro Bowl 6 times. He was conference best quarterback 4 times, and he is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Carson had an extraordinary career. If you look at his second season, he had an amazing 45 touchdown passes to only 2 interceptions, which was enough to get him the MVP. A couple of years later, he led the league with 52 touchdown passes, which is the most touchdown passes any of these rookies threw in their career. That season, he finished 16-1, won the MVP again, and this time he made it to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately for Carson, he lost that round. But in his very last season, after playing his entire career with the Packers, he switched to the Steelers, and in that season, he went and won the Super Bowl. As for his career, Carson went 10-9 in the playoffs, 1-1 in the Super Bowl, 9 Pro Bowls. He was the conference best quarterback 8 times, MVP 2 times, and he made it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Alec had one of the more interesting career arcs of the quarterbacks here, a large part due to one of my mistakes. When setting up the Bengals, I did not turn on the auto progress setting. So Alec and his teammates never would progress while the season went on, which is why in Alec's 4th year with the Bengals, he threw a league-leading 18 interceptions and led the Bengals to a 1-16 record. Now, instead of redoing the whole simulation, I just decided to call the Bengals a poverty franchise and say that they're bad at developing players. Anyways, if you look at free agency, Alec went to the Steelers and he had a much better career with the Steelers. Highlights include making it to the Super Bowl in the 2033 season. Unfortunately, he lost it, but then shortly before retiring, in 2038, he threw a league lead of 41 touchdowns. His career ended with a 5-3 playoff record, 0-1 in the Super Bowl, and 2 Pro Bowl appearances. Brent was the definition of a journeyman quarterback in his time in the NFL, as he played for 8 different teams. He was drafted by Baltimore, and he had some real interesting stat lines where he had over 100 rushing attempts twice, despite being a pocket passer. The highlight of Brent's career was when he made it to the Super Bowl with the Rams in the 2034 season. Unfortunately for Brent, he ended up losing that, but he also had another great season with the Raiders in 2037 where his team went 13-4. In the playoffs, Brent went 4-3 and 0-1 in the Super Bowl. While many of us were disappointed John did not start any games in his first season with the Vikings, John would go on to start many seasons in the NFL with multiple different teams. His best team season was his very first season as a starter with the Vikings when he brought his team to a 7-10 record. Unfortunately, it led to no playoff success. John did win an award, winning the Pro Bowl with the Saints in the 2036 season. For his career, John went 3-5 in the playoffs and made 1 Pro Bowl. On a fun side note, though, when the Packers went 16-1 in the 2029 season, the only team to beat him in the regular season was John. Out of all the players, Kevin Lick had not only the most interesting career, but he also had the longest career, making it through the 40-42 season. If you look at Kevin's record in his first 5 years, his best record in the regular season is 9-8. And in that 5th year, when he goes 9-8, he ended up making it all the way to the Super Bowl and winning that game. On a side note, he also had 9 rushing touchdowns that year. Kevin's career can be summed up by his 3-0 stat in the Super Bowl. If you look at his career total, he went 14-4 in the playoffs, which is amazing. 3-0 in the Super Bowl, 2 Pro Bowls, and he is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. We all know that Nate Johnson had an amazing rookie season, where he led the league in touchdown passes with 40 and ended up winning a whole bunch of awards, including MVP. This would not be his only MVP, as Nate would go on to win a total of 4 MVP awards, more than anyone in this rookie class. Unfortunately, with all those awards, Nate somehow never managed to make it to a Super Bowl. In the playoffs, Nate went 7-10, making 7 Pro Bowls, 1 Offensive Player of the Year, 1 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time best quarterback in his conference, 4-time MVP, and a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Nick Brewer had a better career than anybody here. Right away in his first season, he showed his potential as a quarterback by winning the Super Bowl. This would be a common thing to happen because Nick made it to the Super Bowl 3 total times, winning every time he made it. In addition, he also won 3 NFL MVP awards. For his career, he went 19-9 in the playoffs, 3-0 in the Super Bowl. He made it to the Pro Bowl 7 times. He was conference best quarterback 1 time, MVP 3 times, and he was selected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.